This episode is brought to you by the Denver Art Museum, because you can experience all stars, American artists from the Phillips Collection, right now at the museum. Discover some of the best American art from one of the most celebrated collections in the United States. See landmark works by more than 50 artists, including Jackson Pollock, Edward Hopper, Georgia O'Keeffe, Jacob Lawrence, and more. This special exhibition is only on view for a limited time. See it now. Learn more and buy tickets at denverartmuseum.org. That's denverartmuseum.org. Today on CityCast Denver, it's almost Black Friday, which conjures visions of mobs of people trampling over each other to buy flat screen TVs at big box stores. But what if you want to shop locally? And more important, where do you shop when you want to just, well, enjoy the act of shopping itself? That's why we put together our list of go-to destinations to help you kick off holiday shopping season. Today is Tuesday, November 21st. I'm Bree Davies, and here's what Denver's talking about. Newsletter editor Peyton Garcia, hello.
Hey, Bree.
And Paul Karolyi, our producer. Welcome to CityCast Denver.
Hey, good morning, Bree.
Good morning. We're talking holiday shopping, which is happening this week. Actually, let's be honest. I don't know. I do it all year, but it gets more exciting this time of year. As regular listeners know, I'm a freak about, I love the mall. Yeah,
I mean, this is a special thing for you, honestly. This is your episode. We're here to support you.
Yes, thank you, Paul. This is my time of year. I love the mall at Christmas time. I love shopping at Christmas time. I was at Cost Plus this weekend with Keith Garcia, and they had Christmas music playing. I would have bought the whole store. I wasn't even shopping for anybody, but the vibe was right.
You worked retail at Cherry Creek Mall for 17 years.
Yeah.
Black Friday at Cherry Creek Mall. You know, what can people expect this Friday?
It's going to be mayhem. Definitely carpool if you can. Or, I mean, I would say take the bus. It's not the most accessible place. Parking is the biggest to do for me. Mm-hmm. And I would say just, give yourself plenty of time and put a meal somewhere in there. I'm personally at Nordstrom Cafe, aka
Ever
the
since
Seal.
You took me there, I have gone back and loved it and told people about it. That's like secretly one of the best restaurants in the city. It's crazy good. It's
an
crazy
old school department store restaurant, which is a thing department stores used to have, and it is so good. So that's my recommendation. Keep your tank filled and be patient.
It's kind of a controversial topic, Black Friday. Do you have thoughts? I mean, are you for it? Are you against? What do you think?
You know, I think when I started getting weird about it was when they started having employees work on Thanksgiving. Like the day before, I was like, this isn't cool. Regardless of whatever you're doing for whatever holiday you want to consider it, you should have a day off. And so that was the only part that bothered me. Black Friday, however, I always enjoyed because it was the most busy. It's not the end of this is when people are really geared up to shop versus the desperation shopping that happens the night before Christmas.
Yes.
That I don't like. I have interacted with that
There's
a lot.
Still joy on Black Friday.
Yes. Yeah. The night, Christmas Eve shopping is terrifying. People are scary. But Black Friday shopping, I have so many horror stories from that era. But Black Friday shopping is fun because the music's on and everybody's excited. And usually the stores are super stocked because they're ready to go.
Right.
And, we used to do gift wrap at some of the stores that I worked at. And it just had a feeling of nice cheer. And also, I'm a product of the 80s. I love them all. So, so I don't know. Just go into it with a positive attitude, I guess I would say. And also, all this to say, I'm not recommending anything at the mall today.
Oh,
just
interesting.
So you know.
We should get into it. Let's get into our picks.
Let's do it. Okay. So we've got a couple categories. I guess, should we start with best experience if you just want to buy stuff for yourself?
Sure.
So the store that you go to that you just like to be in, that you like to shop in, that you inevitably are going to shop for yourself. And what is that store for you, Paul?
Easy answer. I've talked about it before. The Tramway building, the REI. The REI at the Confluence. Yeah. That is my favorite thing to do. When I just have an afternoon free, I'll bike down there. I'll go in. I'll inevitably buy an insulated water bottle. I've been talking to more and more people about this. I think I'm not alone. I think insulated water bottles are I don't know. Everybody has opinions about their favorite brands, the style. I'm a Loop guy now. I like the plastic loop on my Tequila brand water bottle.
Like a loop on the
That's my
top of
tip.
it?
Yeah, and it doesn't roll when you drop it. That's why I like it.
Oh.
Well, it's one of the reasons why I like it. That's the reason I discovered this morning.
That's very specific criteria in a water bottle.
Hey, you know,
But I
otherwise
hear
they're
you.
all quite similar.
Peyton, you're an outdoorsy person. Are you an REI flagship store shopper?
I am very much so.
What do
Very,
you
very
like
much
about
so.
it?
Well, it is by far the best REI. It is
For sure.
Oh, it's glorious in there if you have not been in there. But I could lose hours and millions of dollars in that REI. It's
Oh my
just so
God.
fun.
Look at all
it's
the
just so
skis.
fun.
It has little pockets. Like,
Yeah.
that's what I love about it is
The
like,
bags.
it kind of
It's like an
reminds me.
adventure.
Yeah. It kind of reminds me of the old Gart Sports Castle in that you could get lost in there. Like there's little crevices and corners of like if you're looking for bike helmets or
What
you're
they
looking
need
for
to do is they need to put a coffee shop in that REI.
well, there's a
The
Starbucks.
Starbucks.
I know
in
there's
it.
a Starbucks, but they need
You want
you
it
want
to be
another
in
one
the
on the
store.
other end of the store?
yes, and I want it to be non-Starbucks.
Okay.
Jack's outdoor gear. They have like this. They have their own coffee shop inside, and it's like got little tables, and it's just like got a really good little vibe, and you can sit there and order a croissant. And it's very nice.
That does sound nice.
like
I'd like a sample bar for like the camping foods and the granola
I
bars.
know
and
you
stuff.
would, Paul.
Just
It's
like
so
a
weird.
samples.
That
I
would
want
be a
to
good
buy my
idea.
own. Like I want to walk up and get
It's
advice.
that actually is a pretty good idea.
I would say that's also the closest to me as to an old school department store, which we don't really have anymore because there's different sections with different expertise, right? So you've got the guy that
definitely.
knows the bikes, the guy that knows the camping gear, the lady that knows the rock climbing stuff. Like that's what I really look for is an expert salesperson, and that's what I go to a place like that kind of REI for is
They
the expertise.
are good. They are good.
Because retail's a lost art, and I really respect that people still know their stuff.
I think they close on Black Friday. Actually, I think REI still has
Respect.
that. Yeah, which is cool.
Good
Respect.
for them. Yeah,
But,
good
I mean,
for
I
them.
respect that for their employees, honestly.
Sure,
But
it'll be busy this weekend though. Peyton, Bree, one of you two should go.
You want me to go?
yeah, go for it.
Okay,
babe.
I'll go. And I just want to say I'm here representing the people who don't really like to shop.
Okay,
I
The
don't-
online
Yeah,
focused
I
shopper.
don't like shopping online either. I just don't like shopping.
Oh, I like shopping.
I hate to
online
say
too
that
much.
on this, but you know, I'm representing a perspective here because that
I
said,
think so too. Yeah.
that said, I love to go to the Chris Kindle Market.
Oh, yeah, I passed by it today on our way over to Westward.
I know that's probably a predictable answer for me, especially because I talked about it a little bit last week when we previewed the event. But if you're someone who doesn't really like holiday shopping, go to the Chris Kindle Market because you get so much more than just the shopping experience there. And if we're here talking about the best experience, like for me, because there's the festival hall and they've got like the dancing and the live music and the mulled cider and they've got all those like tasty little treats that you can pick up and the
Candied
vibes like
nuts.
yeah, and like it's all like cozy and you feel like you're in Europe and there's all these trinkets and that's like such a great place to go holiday shopping.
I think it's such a unique holiday shopping experience too because of all the things you mentioned is like it's not just the mayhem or that nervous energy of like a big box store or
Yeah.
something. You're going for the food and the music.
Yeah,
and
that's
the
what I
smells
think.
and the
I
sounds
mean,
and
if you don't want to just go out and like feel super high anxiety like I would if like going to a mall or something, this is a totally different experience. Like you feel like you're getting something out of it.
And
you're getting
it's
your
once a
shopping
year.
done.
It's
yeah.
unique.
And you can get some really unique stuff there.
I love it.
So
It is a good one. I love the Chris Kindle Market.
me too.
Bree, hit us with yours.
Well, this is somewhere I actually just go year round to be with my people. Goddess Isis books. It's one of my
Okay.
favorite witchy stores. Witchy style stores have become very popular in the last 10 years, which there's a lot of really good ones too. Terra, Apothecary, Ritual Craft. There's some really amazing newer ones, but I always like to shout out my old school witch girls, and Goddess Isis. Herbs and Arts is another one that's great, but I go there just to like get my crystals. I might even get a crucifix there because I'm a Catholic witch. They have herbs, they have tinctures, they have candles for spells, tarot cards. I learned this from a friend. You can't buy your own tarot deck. Someone has to gift it to you. And what's
Oh.
really cool at Goddess Isis is they have like 50 different kinds of tarot decks. So with different art and different interpretations. And so if you want to buy a really nice tarot deck for somebody, Goddess Isis is your place. And I just go there just like to be around my witchy people
I'm
too.
going to take that recommendation. My sister's a real witch.
Oh, you would love This store, they're all experts too.
Yeah.
All of like the witch ladies that work there will answer any questions you have. They have people that are specialized in like herbal tinctures. They have people that are specialized in spells. Like they have people that are specialized in tarot. It's incredible.
Where is this place?
It's in Inglewood, actually. It's on like South Broadway. It's in an old funeral home.
Okay.
Which is also makes it kind
It's
of cool.
cool looking.
That is
We
cool.
we used
It is
a
a beautiful
photo of
building.
it for the Friday trivia in the newsletter, like, I don't know, last year, I think. But
Yeah, it's I think it's an old Ollinger mortuary. But
Speaking of witches, I met someone recently who I think she has a podcast, but she's campaigning to end witch hunts, like modern witch hunts, and she's trying to get a resolution passed to like exonerate historical witches.
that's cool.
It is quite. I thought she was
sweet.
very interesting. It was very interesting.
Where'd you
I'll
meet
look up the
such a
URL
person?
and I'll put it on a podcaster meetup.
Oh, okay. I was like, where was Paul?
I know.
love it.
I'll put a link in the show
That's
notes for
cool.
listeners who are interested in that. She was very passionate, very interesting person.
I like that. Anytime we can also mend some issues from the past, that lets people's souls settle a little bit, and it's meaningful to me. I get that. Okay, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, more places to shop in Denver. This episode is brought to you by Denver Botanic Gardens. Because Blossoms of Light is happening now. The annual holiday light show at the gardens runs through January 7th. Don't miss the ever-changing display of light and color with a massive animated tunnel of lights, illuminated water features, and lightscapes synchronized to music, plus holiday treats and warm drinks for purchase. This show is illuminated 100% with LED lights because Blossoms of Light aligns with the garden's core value of sustainability. CNN ranked Blossoms of Light as one of the top places to see lights in the country. Tickets are on sale now, so get yours today at botanicgardens.org. How did they score botanicgardens.org? Were they like the first botanic gardens to have a website? That's botanicgardens.org. And we're back. So our next category is best place to find a very Denver gift. So if we know anything about folks in Colorado, we love that we live here, right? We love to
yeah.
broadcast that we live here. Some of us really love to broadcast that we are born here, however you want to look at it. But there's some people that are just like, Denver's their personality, Denver's their lifestyle. Some people would say this about me, probably, hosting this show.
It's okay to be proud of where you're from.
I was like, I have no qualms with it. But getting that person a gift can be difficult because like there's an oversaturation of Colorado and Denver stuff, and there's some really cheesy stuff out there. So where do you get the good stuff? Peyton, where would you recommend?
I mean, Casa Bonita's gift shop, obviously.
Great answer, Peyton.
See, I was going to go here.
Tough to recommend, though.
Tough to
No,
recommend.
I know. That's why it's not my real recommendation, because I feel like you can't recommend something that not everyone can get
everybody
in
can go
on.
to.
But I'm just saying, if you have the opportunity to go
Casa
there,
Bonita
they've
gift
got
shop is
so much stuff there that's really, really cool.
So good.
No, my real answer is actually Santa Fe Arts District, because
call.
they have, and what I think is really cool, again, you can tell it's my vibe because it's more a shopping experience than it is just like shopping, because I hate shopping. If I haven't said that. But they do their First Friday art walks all year round. Rain, snow, shine. And it's all, I mean, you just have so many different options, and you're putting that money back into the local art community, and you could get something that's, I don't know, very Denver, while supporting Denver artists, but it's like unique. It's not the I Heart Denver store on 16th Street Mall, which is another option if you really like that kitschy stuff.
And a good option.
Yeah, not a bad
I was
option.
going to say that's a locally curated
and
one
it's
too.
all,
That's
yeah, I was
pretty
going to say
amazing.
those are all local artists as well. But if you're looking for something a little less kitschy, check out Santa Fe Arts District, because you can also, you check out the galleries, but they also have restaurants, dotted all through that area that you can stop. And it's just, I don't know, a good way to support local, I would say.
I also like, I'm always pushing for this for folks to buy art from local artists. And like, I don't know, you can start your art collection that way. Buy something that you really like, or buy something that you think is truly unique that you won't see in somebody else's collection.
That's what I think. Because instead
know?
of like buying that Denver freak a Denver flag to hang up on their wall, you could be like, hey, look at this really dope abstract painting of the Denver skyline made by a Denver artist found in the Santa Fe Arts District.
Has a better story.
I
A
think
nice
so.
backstory
I
to
love
it.
that.
So.
Great rec.
Thank
I
you,
like
guys.
that. Paul, what about you? What's your your gift for the Denver freak?
My answer is I feel like the Denver freak needs like antique ski gear or like that historic belt buckle or like that vintage like thing that is from here. That actually has
I'd love like an
a
old
story.
school Coors t-shirt that's like a real cotton shirt.
Yes. I would love that too.
I like that
I would
idea,
love that too.
Paul.
Anyway, here's where you're going to get it. You're going to go to the Brass Armadillo, which is this
yes.
antique warehouse off of I-70 in Wheat Ridge. And if this is a very interesting antique store. It's a giant antique store,
Huge.
but it's not just like a whole pile of junk. It's consignment, I think, and
think so,
sellers
too.
each have their own box. So you walk through this place and you're really just seeing like what one person was really, really into. So when I'm looking for belt buckles and I'm trying to find the people who are also like belt buckle enthusiasts or like collected them. And
So you
Anyway.
and Mayor Mike Johnston are
Yeah.
neck and neck for finding the coolest
we don't
Colorado
talk
belt
about
buckle.
that enough. It's very interesting that he always wears this Denver flag belt buckle. Yes, you could probably get your own at the Brass Armadillo.
I do love the Brass Armadillo. And the consignment thing is cool because it's just like, it's individually curated collections of things. So you're really seeing, because that's the thing about anytime you're thrifting or antiquing is it's filtered through somebody. Somebody has curated that. So when you have a place like the Brass Armadillo, you get like 20 different people's perspectives on their cool collection.
Yeah.
And that's a good one too, because you'll find a unique thing there, Paul, that
Yeah, that
nobody
is
else
a
probably
good
will
idea.
have.
I
Or
like that.
about 25 copies of Pokemon Red.
What is
A lot of old, but not old enough to be like exciting video games, in my
Hey,
opinion.
Oh, not
Pokemon
quite.
is having a resurgence.
Really?
in
Pokemon's
fact-
never been bigger.
I know. In fact, my little nephews are into it right now, and I literally last night pulled out my old scrapbook of Pokemon cards. I was like, Willie, I'm gonna give these to the nephews because they're so into Pokemon right now. I think they'd like them. And Willie goes, no, Pokemon's having a moment. Let me see if those are worth anything first.
Oh, come on.
We'll sell them, and
Come
then
on,
we'll
Uncle Willie. Why are you trying to?
we'll
You're trying to
give
them a cool present.
I mean, I'm like, I don't care. They're gonna sit in my closet otherwise. So he's like, let's see what they're worth, and then we'll sell the valuable ones and give them all the Magikarps.
Now that's
kids have them.
he's trying to be a master trainer is what he's doing, and I respect that. He's trying to collect them all. That's what you have to do.
Yeah.
He knows he's got
Don't
his
you
head
even
on
know the
straight.
theme song, Bree?
I do. I'm sorry.
Bree, you got a place for a very Denver gift?
I do. So I kind of got this tip from my brother, Evan, who moved back here from the Bay after being there for 8 years. But every time he came home, he had to go to 303 Boards and get their latest Colfax swag.
Oh.
So every year they make different Colfax and Denver 303 Boards collaborations. And so it's not one of a kind, but it's limited run.
Okay,
So I went in there over the
yeah.
weekend and they have some cool pants. They have like some Dickies that say Colfax like in this cool embroidery on the backside. Like you're not going to see those anywhere else, A. And B, if somebody knows what that is, they're cool. Like it's not like blaring like this is the Colorado flag. It's like Colfax with no vowels is usually how they do it, like CLFX. They also have one that's like this like 80s looking it looks like a sort of like a NFL championship baseball hat, but it says Colfax. It's like so sick.
This sounds really cool. You guys are giving me such good ideas.
I'm looking at these. This is
They
very
have
it's
some
like skateboarding gear.
It's
303
skateboard,
boards.
yeah, but you can get like sweatshirts, t-shirts, hats. I have this really cool American Spirits ripoff that says like, I think it says like Colfax Spirit or something that they made. But I was talking to one of the gentlemen that worked there, and he said they do limited runs every year. They don't have any of their fresh stock in right now, but check back in the next couple of weeks. But it goes really fast. So that's the other thing is like you're going to get something for someone that other people will, if they're like collectors and aficionados, will be like, oh, you got that year of it.
That's very cool.
So
yeah,
I like
love
this
that.
303 logo they have on these beanies.
Yeah, they
this is
do,
like
and that's
very
the other
distinctive and
thing they
subtle.
do
Like, oh
year-round.
yeah, that's a Denver thing. If you know, you know.
yeah, so if you just like 303 stuff, their 303 board stuff year round is really cool too. But their Colfax stuff is my favorite. This is our last category. It's just best overall shop. Your spot, your place you go. You need to get a gift for somebody. This is where you go. Peyton, where do you go?
REI.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So we've covered it.
No,
REI.
go on.
But
Speak. What makes it the best shop?
It
How
has
you-
to be, I mean, for all the reasons we talked about, it has to be the REI over by Confluence Park. It has to be that one. It's just the best. Like it's the best for all the reasons that we stated.
You ever do the climbing wall?
Yeah. Of course.
Oh yeah, we
Yeah.
should. If you
Was it
haven't
fun?
been inside of it, there's a climbing wall inside of it.
It's the best.
We didn't do a very good job of describing the interior
It's
of the store.
massive.
Let's
which
go
is-
on. Let's talk about it more. It's a fun thing
So
to
it's
talk
a
about.
former power plant for the Denver Tramway Company. It was the place that powered our trolleys, essentially, our streetcars. So it's got these like ceilings that are like, it's like it's like 3 stories high.
Yeah.
All exposed
All
brick.
exposed, open,
Just gorgeous.
natural light coming in. They have fake trees everywhere. It's definitely an immersive experience.
It was the first REI I ever went to. And then when I went to other ones, I was
yeah.
like, this isn't
Disappointed.
REI.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I love REI. This is some kind of
I
outdoor
don't go
apparel
to-
store.
I don't go to other ones.
Why
'cause
would you?
Why would you?
Yeah, we got the best one here already.
Yeah, it's cool. It's just the best. You could spend hours there and you get your Starbucks and you go to the kids' play corner or you climb the climbing wall and you buy tin mugs that you don't need
You think, should I take up snowshoeing? I should.
just to buy
I
stuff.
really should.
Yeah.
I always hit the sale rack because I will find something on sale.
Yeah.
I am a shopper, so I love a good sale. Yoga clothes, nice. One of those weird off-color Patagonias that just didn't sell because it was like neon yellow and nobody
Those are the
liked it.
best.
I'm that guy that buys that. Yeah, for sure.
So there you go.
I love it. Paul, what about
Lots
you?
of love for REI today.
I know.
Hey, you know what? That's okay. My pick for best shop is a Golden Triangle favorite. I think it's, I don't know how old it is actually, maybe 10 years. It's from, it feels like a very new Golden Triangle thing, like
feel
this
like I know
period
what
of
you're
like
gonna say.
great change. Sacred Thistle.
Yes.
Sacred Thistle's my pick. I recently went back. I used to live right over there, and I recently went back and learned that they have expanded to now 2 storefronts. So it's the one that I think might be on Bannock, but it might be on the one right over. But they also have a shop around the corner, and the other shop is, I think it's more focused on home goods. So like ceramic vases and like fruit bowls, and that's to complement the original one, which is it's as witchy as I get.
Yeah, it is. It is a pretty witchy store.
Yeah, you get your incense, like if you want to burn sage. I don't know. I always buy incense there. It's a great place to buy an incense holder or like an art book. It's just a very interesting place.
Yeah, it's cute.
Yeah. All right, Bree, what's your pick for the best shop
You know,
in
mine's
the whole city?
Mine's like a gift shop. It's the shop at the gardens at the Denver Botanic Gardens. I love this store. It smells good. The lighting. You think lighting doesn't matter until you walk into somewhere like Walmart and you're like, why do I want to kill everybody in here? The lighting sucks. The lighting at the shop at the gardens is like just dim enough to like you want to cruise around with a hot chocolate. They've got
Sets a mood.
Oh, it sets the mood. It's perfect. They have water flowing, but they have like this time of year, they have these 4 giant Christmas trees full of cool, unique ornaments. So if you're an ornament collector, the Denver Botanic Gardens gift shop is the spot to get a very unique. Because I was at some other like chain stores this weekend. There's some tryhards when it comes to the ornament department of like things that people are trying.
Name names.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, it'll just be like, oh, a donut, like a gold donut with sprinkles on it. I'm like, that's not that unique. But like at
I
the
see
gardens,
what
they
you're
have these really intricate, like beautiful blown glass, like columbines. And like, it's just gorgeous in there. And they have gardening stuff. If you know somebody who's really big into gardening, they've got handmade ceramics by local artists here in Denver. They have cool kids' toys. Like they have science experiment style like project things, but then they also have stuffed animals. They've got clothes. They have art. One of my favorite things they have is that really beautiful single sheet wrapping paper that's like vintage vegetable designs or like they have all these kind of unique things. And what's really cool about the shop is it is clearly curated by a human being. And I had dinner with the gentleman who runs it a couple years ago. I wish I could remember his name, but he was a buyer at Nordstrom for many years. So he's one of those like sort of retail architects. Like he understands what makes a store beautiful. And if you walk in there now, knowing that, you'll be like, oh, this is why this store is so enjoyable.
Because of him.
A human person curated it and laid it all out. And it's just like, I could spend hours in there and I can find something for anyone. Like any person, any age, I always find something amazing there.
Wow.
So, but
Great
I will make a note. They're only open till 3, I think, most days, unless you are going to Blossoms of Light, and then you can shop after. But just don't go after 3 p.m. because it's closed. I learned.
Okay. I also love that gift shop. I don't think I've ever bought anything in there though.
Really?
Yeah, I've just enjoyed walking through.
They have candles. It's so much good stuff. And it's like, it's just laid out well, and it's not overwhelming. That's what I like about it.
It's the place. It's the kind of gift shop you want to just curl up in the corner and never leave.
I kind of had a hard time leaving there.
You're just like, I'm just going to spend the rest of my afternoon in this corner.
I'm like, is there a chair I could sit in,
Yeah.
and I will just be in this experience? But it's beautiful.
Well, listeners, we would love to hear from you.
Yes. We want to know what your favorite shops are in Denver, especially locally owned places. We love to give shout outs to those spots. And also, I think there's tons of different shopping areas across the city, and maybe there's something we're overlooking. Maybe there's a shop that you've been going to for years that you just never hear anybody else talk about that you want people to know about. Give us a call on the local retail hotline, 720-500-5418. Let us know your favorite places to shop in Denver. Paul, Peyton, thank you so much.
Yeah, happy shopping, Bree.
Thanks, Bree. Hey, it's us again. We're dropping in
Oh, yeah.
10 seconds later because we
We
just Googled Casa Bonita.
We were talking. Producer Lizzie Goldsmith was like, hey, you can shop at the Casa Bonita gift shop technically. While some stuff is in-store only, you can get a lot of cool stuff online.
And you can. It looks great.
They have, I think I sent it to you guys. They have like Casa Bonita skis and Casa Bonita snowboards. So if you do want to get Casa Bonita merch, you still can do that online.
And
sure.
it is honestly very good. We got a tea towel. I've been using their Casa Bonita tea towel. It's a pretty good tea towel.
Yeah.
It's in the rotation.
I have 2 Casa Bonita t-shirts. I wear them all the time. But you can go to CasaBonita.com as if they needed any more advertising from us. That's all for today here on CityCast Denver. If you enjoyed this show, why not take a minute to tell 303 Boards owner Sam Schuman about us? Rate the show wherever you get your podcasts, and subscribe to our morning newsletter and learn more about us at denver.citycast.fm. We'll be back tomorrow morning with more news from around the city. See you later. Which is happening this week. Actually, let's be honest. I don't know. I do it all year. What about you guys?
No.
Wait till the last minute.
I've kind of nixed, we've kind of nixed presents in my family. It's not a,
Oh, yeah?
That's probably a bad way to start the holiday shopping
Wait a
episode.
minute.
Maybe we don't do